Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, if you enjoy a deck that can close out a game before your opponent even has a chance to really even start playing, then you're going to enjoy this deck. But before we get into that, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it's fast, it's free, but it really helps support the channel, helps support me, and it gets us out to a much bigger audience. Also, if you don't mind commenting down below and hitting either thumbs up or thumbs down, up to you. Of course, I'd like a thumbs up, but I'm just now learning that there's a little bit of an algorithm. Comments are worth a point for us. Thumbs up are worth a point for us, but if you do both of those things, we get 4 points, and I don't 100% know what that means, but I know more points means more views, means it's better for the channel, so please help us out. Okay, enough of the chit chat, let's get into today's deck. We have Boros Aggro. So if you watch the channel for long enough, or I'll just let you know if you're a first time viewer, I love mono red. And mono red's just not getting a lot of love right now. It's just not. It needs a supporting cast, and so you kind of got to go Boros or something else. But I like Boros because it gives us the Fateful Absence, the Brutal Cathar, and some other cards we're going to get into in a minute. Now keep in mind, before you go running out on the ladder with this deck, I just love mono red, so I definitely think that this is a fun deck. You could take it out on the ladder, you could definitely spike some games, but with things like Crush the Weak, with Meat Hook Massacre, it just makes running a deck like this a little bit tough, but I can't help it. I love it. It's just too much fun. So let's go ahead and start off with our removal package. We have 3 copies of Fateful Absence and 3 copies of Royal Eruption. The nice thing about Royal Eruption is, first off, you can go to their face, so late game you can close out a game state. Say they throw a Lulth down, you just needed a little bit more damage to get through and win the game. Boom, you've got this here. And if you flood out, you can hit them for a whole bunch. Otherwise, it's just a nice little removal. Then we're going to go into our 1-drops. We have 4 copies of Fireblade Charger and 4 copies of Goblin Javelineer. As you're going to start to notice, this is basically a Goblin deck, but it's also got a werewolf. So let's go ahead to our turn 2 drops. We have 4 copies of Battlecry Goblin. Other than the Brutal Cathar, which we're going to be talking about in just a second, I think that this is the best card in the deck. At least it's the best Goblin there is. So prioritize it that way when you're playing the game. Try to make sure you're not just running it out there to just get destroyed right away. Try to have a strategy to keep it alive as long as possible. And then we have 4 copies of Hobgoblin Captain. Super strong card once it's online. In our 3-drop slot, we have 4 copies of that Brutal Cathar I told you about. This is amazing because 1, it just clears the way for all of your goblins to get in. 2, your opponent, in a lot of cases, you're going to force control decks to not just draw go. They're going to have to play at least 1 spell because they're not going to want you to get to that backside. You have options in this deck, which we'll get into in just a second, to pass your turn, and we have, well, we'll just talk about it now. We have the 3 copies of Dueling Rapier, so we have ways to pass and still be able to do stuff by throwing this on their turn if we want to, and then once this is on night, if we need to get it back to day to eat one of our opponent's creatures again, or go ahead and exile it, however you want to say it, then we can easily double spell with this deck. It's just not hard at all, especially between little casting cost creatures and Showdown of the Skalds. It's just not that hard. And then we also have in the 3-drop slot 4 copies of Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. When you're playing this many goblins, why not beef them up? And this can get out of control real quick. And don't forget about that secondary effect. It can come in handy a lot, just in case you just aren't familiar with it. It's 1 red, and tap this. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord deals damage equal to the number of goblins that entered the battlefield under your control this turn to any target. Sometimes just for 1 is all you need, especially if you're not going to attack with this because your opponent might have something that could block it and kill it and you need to keep it alive. Then we have our utility package, or the rest of our deck, if you will. We have those 3 copies of Dueling Rapier, like I said. We have 1 copy of Maul of the Skyclaves. It really does help out the deck when you draw it, and you don't want to be drawing multiple spells, so it's just kind of like, it's fun when you get it, but you don't really need it. And then our draw spell, we have 4 copies of Showdown of the Skalds. This card can just help refill your hand. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. It's going to draw you 4 cards to play for a minute, and on top of that, it's going to put a bunch of little +1/+1 counters on your creatures and help them grow. This card does not like to come to me. It's just the 1 card in this deck. I'm sure we've all had that card. You put it in your deck and you're like, is it in there? So if you get it, leave a comment down below and let me know how fun it is to get to play, because I have played this deck probably 20 games now, and I don't know if I ever got to play it once. But if you do get to play it, I highly suggest, if you have a Fireblade Charger on the battlefield, that's where you're putting the +1/+1 counters, because it's exponentially better than putting it on almost any other creature. Of course, depending on a board state, that could be not the truth, but in most situations it is. Let's get into land really quick. We have 6 planes, 3 copies of Den of the Bugbear. Not only does it get around board wipes, as we always mention, but it's a mana sink, and it helps you go wide because it creates the 1/1s, 7 mountains, 2 snarls, and 4 of the pathway on color. So don't forget to stick around till the end of the video for our summary and what I think you should and shouldn't be crafting at the moment. And without further ado, let's go ahead now and get into some of this gameplay. Who do we got? Who do we got? Hello, Cappadocia CO. I'm gonna go with opponent. We go first. We have 2 lands in our hand, 2 Brutal Cathars, Hobgoblin Captain, Royal Eruption, and Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. It's not what you want with goblins. You want a 1-drop, but we're going to keep it. One more land, we get into these Brutal Cathars. I've got a turn 2. We're going to want to lead with the Snarl. There's no reason to show them that we have anything else in our hand. Unless we wanted to bluff. Cleric Class comes down for the opponent. There's our 3rd land. We are going to be annoying in a second. Very annoying. Luminarch Aspirant? I don't think so. And we'll just take that, please. Get him for 3. And back to him. Righteous Valkyrie. Throw out the Den of the Bugbear. Brutal Cathar. This is brutal, for sure. Mine. We got Devil's Minion. I mean, they had to work to get it, but they got it. Okay, looks like Minions... excuse me. Minions going first. We got 2 lands, Fireblade, Goblin, Javelineer, Hobgoblin, Royal Eruption, and a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. So we're going to go ahead and keep that for sure. They go Veteran. We go Land Charger. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, let's throw this out on... How much do I want this Dueling Rapier? I feel like it has to be red right now. That might hurt later. We don't know how long we're going to get to till we'll get to here. We need to be make sure we're being able to do things right now. So we're going to throw the Goblin Javelineer at the hiccups there. And we are going to swing with both creatures. They're not going to do anything. So we're going to go ahead and get that Fireblade Charger all charged up. Swing at him for 4 total. Sun Gold Sentinel. That is a lot of stuff on the board. Put the counter on the Luminarch Aspirant. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I mean, we're still in a heap of trouble. Well, that'll help for the turn after this one. But we got to get rid of that. And then I think we need to slow our roll as far as attacking. Maybe I should have attacked with the... Yeah, I should have attacked with the Goblin Javelineer, I think. I'm going to go ahead and Covenant up. Okay. Well, we can't do anything about that. So, they can just do that in response to this, huh? Is this any creature or just that? Sun Gold Sentinel gains hexproof. Okay. So we get a Den of the Bugbear. We'll go ahead and throw that out. If they're going to keep doing that every turn anyways, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. So that's a little bit problematic. Trying to decide what the best action play. I think it's better if I have this out. Swing. So we throw out the Hobgoblin Captain. Swing with the Charger and the Javelineer. Okay. Interesting. Well, we know that that can get protection from a color of its choice, so we'll take that out. Go ahead and because they can just rethrow it. I wasn't expecting them to block, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Put that on the Sun Gold Sentinel. Meh. So we got a 2/2 that we can't deal with for a minute, but it's only a 2/2, but this is going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. We're about to be wishing we had white land if we hit another red. I could go Hobgoblin Captain. I could... I'm swinging. I'm swinging. We can't hold back. Okay, we take our opponent down. 12, so they could hit us for what? 6 with the +1, 7 total. Oh, what is this? Okay. Boom, hit us for 3. So what do you do? Whenever another creature you... Okay, control... Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, we've got some time in the air, so we're throwing another Hobgoblin Captain, and we're swinging with everything. They might... Okay, I thought they were going to make a double block here. They are going to take the trade here. So that's good news. That's good news. This is 3 damage to any target. Shh, don't tell them. Oh, they're in trouble if they attack. Oh, that's probably game over, right? Another land, interesting. Now I wish... There we go, right? This gives us trample, right? No, just +2/+0. I mean, I don't know how they... If they block this and this, they take 3. If I put this out before... I think the best play is to not throw the captain this turn. Go ahead and just swing in. Okay, they take the blocks. They gain a life, but that's okay, because the way they did it, I think I actually, yeah. Oh no, with that on the stat, I can't do this. Did we just lose the game? Because they can hit us for 4 in the air. Can they pump that? Oh no. I forgot that they had 2. No. Okay. Woo! Still got there. Music, magic, munchies. Howdy. We go first with 2 lands, a pathway into plains. We have a Fireblade Charger, a Goblin Javelineer, and 3 Battlecry Goblins. Shuffler is definitely broken, but in this case, I guess I'll take it. I think Music Magic is out having some munchies. Hello? There we go. Here we go. We're going to lead with the Fireblade Charger. And that way we can go Goblin Javelineer if we felt like it, or Battlecry Goblin. Looks like they're mono white, so we're going to just start pumping out creatures here. So let's go Battlecry Goblin. Swing in, pass it back. Next turn, this goes on red. We only ever need 1 white, and we'll go Javelineer, Battlecry Goblin. There's the Luminarch Aspirant. I guess that's a perfectly fine block if that's what they want to take. So we're going to go ahead and throw another one of these. And throw one of these. And if they want to block, I'll take the trade. Next turn is going to be absolutely disgusting, depending on what they do. Because we're going to throw this and make it have haste. Maul the Skyclaves. Put it on there and swing. If you don't swing, we're coming in. We're still attacking you with everything. But maybe you swing, maybe you don't. You're going to start taking our stuff out one at a time. That's okay. Let's go ahead and throw this out on red. Like I said, I want to do that play, but now this play looks so good. But no, we're going to stick with our game plan. We're going to go ahead and activate that ability. We're going to swing in with everything, create a whole bunch of little 1/1s. They're going to block 1 Battlecry Goblin. That's fine. And next turn we're going to do this and make it have hate. There's nothing they're doing. Have that maul the Skyclaves all day long. Okay. Throw as much as you can out. It's not going to matter. Good game, opponent. Maybe they're just showing us their flex. What they could have done. Look at what we could have done. So strong. Ouch! Other attack, and that means it's over. Good game. Flying, fighting dragons. I have had some amazing opponent names today. So what do we got? We have Den and a Mountain, Brutal Cathar, Goblin Javelineer, ×3, and a Royal Eruption. I mean, I gotta keep it just for these odd shuffler draws. We need to hit a white land for this hand to be a really good. Battlecry Goblin does not hurt. We're gonna throw a Goblin Javelineer and swing on in with it. I wish I could throw this next turn and know it would be safe. Our opponent's probably just gonna remove it. Hey, look, it's white. Let's go ahead and throw. Hey, it's literally white land. Let's throw this out on red for the time being. This is tapped, so they can't do anything. I think they have removal. So I think I would rather just have a whole bunch of little obnoxious 1/1s and throw this on turn 4 if possible. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to swing in with all 3. Next turn we'll Brutal Cathar something, and or we could Royal Eruption. Ripping a land off the top here in the next 2 turns wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Nadar. I don't think I can let Nadar live. I'd rather let him have that white. I've got a Brutal Cathar or Royal Eruption, that Sun Gun. So we know this has to be on white. They'll get a 2/2 out the deal. Let's go ahead and throw the Brutal Cathar and get rid of the Nadar. They get a 2/2 that can't block, and we get rid of the white. So we're going in with all 3. They can block 1. Okay. So yeah, they get a 2/2, but once again, they can't block. Right? Or is it just a zombie? Oh, I thought it was a decay. Why? Why did I think that? Anyways, they get a 2/2 blocker on us now, so that's not bad. Oh, I'd love it if you just passed your turn. Oh, okay. Interesting. I like it. So I think we're going to Royal Eruption the Nadar and then Dueling Rapier. Man, they really don't want us to have those creatures. So we Royal Eruption the Nadar. And then now I think I throw. No. Cancel that. I want that next turn. So let's go ahead and throw the Rapier. Throw that out on there. Swing in for 3. Pass it back. Now I could throw Battlecry Goblin and Fateful Absence, whatever they throw, which is that. They are getting it. They're going to. Target creature can't attack. No, they needed that treasure token, so they have a removal in their hand, and they're going to kill the Goblin Javelineer. No, it's okay. All the things are wrong. So we'll throw the land we just got. We're going to Fateful Absence that Nadar. We're going to throw that Battlecry Goblin into play. We are going to swing in for 3. Ending the turn. So land off the top, we den, which we could den with this as well, I believe, right? It's 4. Yeah. Another white. What is this last card? We don't know. Ooh, what a draw. I will eat that, please. So I think that what's holding us up is this clue. So I can hit them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this turn. Almost lethal. So I think it's better to just swing in with these and leave the mana open. So they do have a removal. That's not going to do them much good. Oh, well then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we just, yeah. I will auto pay. Attack. Boom. Hello, opponent. We go first with 3 lands, a Plains, a Mountains, and a Pathway, Brutal Cathar, Goblin Javelineer, Battlecry Goblin, and a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. So, I mean, we've got our curve here. We get to make a choice on 3, whether we pump our creatures or get rid of one of theirs. I like it. We'll lead with a Mountain. The Pathway will be red as well, because we only need 1 white in the deck ever. Get that Javelineer out there, swing in for 1, take the turn back. I like to save this till later, but in this situation, we're definitely dropping it, keeping pressure on the board. So we'll throw this out on white. Throw the Goblin, the Battlecry Goblin, swing in. The next turn, I think we have to go with the Bandit Lord because they have cards in there. They could have Crush the Weak and things like that. So we'll lose the Javelineer, but that protects the Battlecry Goblin. Smoldering Egg, not bad, not bad. We can just swallow that in a second. Put this out on red. Definitely go ahead and put out the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord first. Swing in. They're going to block the 3. We have the Brutal Cathar to handle this. Of course, they could have a counterspell. Maybe I just let them have this for a second and I'll eat it once it flips. Yeah, I think I'm going Hobgoblin Bandit Lord and letting them just keep having that because they're going to just throw a land right here. And we can totally get through a counterspell right now. So there's their land. Throw it out, tapped. We get our turn. Oh, a Den of the Bugbear comes into play, tapped. Another Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Swing in with everything. They're going to go ahead and block a 3 and take a whole mess of damage. Ooh! Ooh! Disgusting. Sorry, opponent. Happy trails. Okay, they're going to show us a dragon. Yeah, there's nothing they could do. Nothing. It doesn't matter. Good game. Woo! That was fast. Okay, Brew Crew, that is going to do it for Boros Aggro. And just keep in mind, like I said, this is probably in the current meta, tier 3, maybe tier 2.5 deck. I highly doubt it's considered a tier 2 by any means, but it is a tier 1 fun deck, and I had a blast playing it. I love goblins, I love mono red, I love rush and aggro, and I'm just kind of bored of mono white right now, but it is an amazing deck, so don't get me wrong. If you want to be on the ladder, climb in, grind in a mythic, probably run that. If you want to be on the ladder and have fun as well, or just play around and goof off, I think this is going to be a deck that you're really going to enjoy. That being said, it is a fun deck, so I'm not going to be changing any of the cards. I really like where they're at. Obviously, you could manipulate Royal Eruption and Fateful Absence, go 4-2, 4-2, however you want. The Maul the Skyclaves is 100% a flex card in the deck, but I don't know, like, once again, would you just add another Royal Eruption, Fateful Absence, or the 4th Dueling Rapier? Who knows? I like where it's sitting. Let's go over crafting. First off, I want to tell you, unless you have a ton of wild cards, it's almost time for a new set to come out. We have Crimson Vow. Don't craft anything. Save them all. But if you do got ants in the pants, let's go over it real quick. I think Fateful Absence is an amazing card to add to your collection. I think it is safe to craft. We're not going to go over uncommons and commons. You should just fill it out there on your own. Brutal Cathar, I think, is an award-winning card. Just an amazing card. Safe to craft. Craft away all day long. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. If you're not a pure Goblin Tribal kind of person, don't go crafting these. That's the only reason you would need this. Otherwise, of course, I'm going to tell you craft away. But I would save your wild cards on that one if you don't own them all. Maybe don't run this deck. Wait until you see what Crimson Vow has to offer first. Then we have the Maul the Skyclaves. I definitely think it's safe to have one of those, but it's not seeing a whole lot of play in a whole lot of decks right now. So maybe don't craft that at the moment. Showdown of the Scalds is a great card, but once again, I don't think it's seeing a ton of play. And being that we, once again, are this close to Crimson Vow, I think you should save your wild cards on that one as well. I think it's safe to craft the dens, of course. I think it's safe to craft the pathways. I normally say lands are safe to craft, so craft away, Brew Crew. I'm going to go ahead and change my opinion for this one moment. Don't craft the snarls. Don't craft them. If you don't have them, I just don't think they're that good of a land, and we're about to get the other colors of the comes into play tapped unless you already control 2 lands. So just wait for Crimson Vow, because you're never going to use these snarls again once we have those. So that all being said, like I said, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, it's super fast, but it helps support me and the channel, get us out to a much bigger audience. Speaking about getting us out to a much bigger audience, once again, would you please leave a comment down below and give us a thumbs up and or down? By doing both of those things and not just one or the other, you do really help. Kind of, it's like a cheat code for the algorithm, and it just really helps us out on the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you know whenever we have new content come out, and as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.